What is up, YouTubers? Johnzy here, and welcome back to more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. And in the last video, we started off the next side story, which was Understanding Part 2. We got through it. We learned that Yuri joined the club. Yuri and Siri were reading a book together, but for some reason it seemed like Siri might have said the wrong thing and made Yuri feel a little uncomfortable doing it again, like reading together again. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. But Yuri has joined the club, so we have the 3 members so far. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens next when Siri and Yuri understand it. And honestly, with the next story with Respect, I can see them maybe being in the computer lab. I can tell. Also, another thing I could probably also tell from the backgrounds, like in these... like in these stories and whatnot, they're going to take place where the CGs are, because I'm looking at Trust right now. That was this CG, as you can tell, the curtains, and I already kind of know what the next CG kind of looks like because of the trailer and whatnot with Siri and Yuri, and this does the background does look like it, so yeah, it kind of looks like that in a way. And honestly, with Respect, also where I'm thinking it might take place, it might be when Monica goes over to the computer lab, or computer room. That's when Siri and Yuri are hanging out. Maybe that's how Monica learns about Natsuki, and then she joins the club, and then they all meet and do other stuff and whatnot. So but without further ado, let's get to Understanding. Yes, let's begin the side story. I also did a little bit of the main story again, just to get through all the hanging out with the girls a little bit. I've only done a little bit in between because I was literally out of memory, so I had to put all my videos I had on my iPad so far into my laptop, so, Anyways, for the first time, Siri is the first one to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her. Relentlessly will Yuri show up today. Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? Am I doing everything I can to make Yuri happy? Or can't I? But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Siri continues to wrestle with her own dubs through, with every noise causing her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. Monica's probably busy with Natsuki at the moment, so that's probably that. Oh, never mind. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I'm going to leave so much bad impression on the new club members, like Yuri, if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner and approaches the club room. As she does, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. Oh, so she is there. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes her book she was reading and stands up. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door of the club room is opened. It's not? Oh no. Poor Sayori. Oh no. Oh, that's so awful to happen. What an inconvenience. Just because... there's Sayori, just worrying that Yuri's never gonna come. And she's literally been just outside of the club room this entire time. Poor Sayori. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was just as wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With the club publicly stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy if you to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried if she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict they might have aroused. It's a little ironic she realizes that she could be so conflicted avoiding after have been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies for a new flyer, then go around and put on the bulletin board and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods, and the two of them set off. You both know Sayori's in there. Are you gonna reassure that Yuri's gonna go in there? Oh God. Now I feel really bad for Sayori. Now they just left her. Poor Sayori. I feel bad for her. Walk in, let her know that you're there. She's probably worried sick. The two walk in silence. Also, isn't this supposed to be more for, Yuri and whatnot? Anyways. Also, that friend that just popped up, that was a different hunter that I actually know personally. And, I don't know if she knows what I'm playing right now, so that might be something I'll have to explain on another date. Anyways, without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. Then you should have brought her along! Oh my God. Stupido! So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up anything more. Monica tenses up the strain of conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I was straight up in the computer lab to work on flyers. Oh, okay, so she wasn't with Natsuki. Then I wonder how, Respect's gonna be. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really, stirring to feel more like the literature club now. Yeah? It's kind of funny wait, did Yuri say that? No, it was Monica. I thought I was reading Yuri's line as Monica for a second, so we're good. It's kind of funny how I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will have the same interests as me. But it's cool. It's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. Oh, excuse me again. I'm sorry. I build up gas a lot and I burp when I talk a lot. Ugh. It's like the club is working. It looks like the club is working, and I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it on her. Yuri falls silent, as if she started her own thought, but can't figure out how to continue. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking... A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you of all this. Don't be silly. I wouldn't think you're complaining. I just want you to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to you then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're gonna have all kinds of people joining in this club, hopefully anyways. Well, at least 2 more members. 1 girl, 1 boy, so. And learn about all the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with the club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone could be happy with. Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club it would be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetical approach to one of them was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how I guess connect with other people. How it's so easy for everyone else. How do you make conversation about any ordinary topic? I could talk for hours about the thing that I'm into, and unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But if anything else, I have no idea what to say. So I underestimate about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. It feels like whenever I'm confronted with new social situations, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Suri falls into that third category. She what? Hold on. You're saying that Suri is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept it and move on. Yuri is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed her into. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cuts through an intense air. Somewhere in the middle of that conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their own task. Monica looks at Yuri only looks down with her fists clenching. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is what's the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she was trying to do. So if you're not able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's worries, needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thoughts out loud. It's something that Sierra would be able to say better. Sierra is someone who is full of... that will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who is difficultly accepting kindness, who must be driven Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further extrapolating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it is an issue that can be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just, it's so resilient to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I created for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn out into the whole vending session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. Haha, you're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This is kind of critical thinking. It is something that I'm really bad at. You know about people? So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For a moment, just for a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, return a shy smile of her own. Back with Sayori, she's... Oh, never mind. I thought we were going to go right back to Sayori. I hope she's okay. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old filters with the new ones. More accurately, Monica's mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel comfortable enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I will never will. I said that wrong. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just gonna wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club room rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that's just nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we do have permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use the electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods. It's at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around to depart down the hallway as Yuri smiles fades away once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the door to the club room. Luckily, it isn't gently opens the door, because that's always a bad sign. She gently opens the door. Say yo. No, she's fine. Yuri! Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Yuri shuffles a bunch of paper around. Yuri stammers her words, suddenly caught in her throat. At the moment, she realized how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through to the next chapter. But I got most of the way through it. And look! Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. The page of notes beautifully produced it's in category and even color-coded. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please, stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received an exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand if I did something wrong. Please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friend to be happy. So I thought that we could do, if we did something together that you would really like. I don't want your pity. Oh, why did I do that? There we go. Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeals. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to calculate to your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds as internal accuses as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should just leave, just escape from her before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. CG time. It's okay, Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles beneath heavy through the cleanse's throat, trying with all of her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that the things you are feeling in your head are different from the things you are trying to say. I know that must be what you are feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me when you're feeling and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I am so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of others, people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who could feel Yuri's breath arise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while I was reading. So I'll help you when things. I'll help you with the things that you need to. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid that you got frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my interior fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it'll be the same for you, alright? Right? Yeah. Interior fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that is true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate and in your own way, you know?
worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kinds of weird at the literature club. But it's the best part of that we're all different and we have different interests. Like about books. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that it's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistaken that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discuss new things if we don't try them out first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love them so much. And at the end of the day, if it's not for me, then I can just say it. But I'll be glad to try it. I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Haha.
Yuri fights back a smile at the comment. Already the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have imported through the creases of Sayori's arms.
Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off.
Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori senses Yuri's comfort lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it all happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading.
That's what I wanted to hear.
But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended.
Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on, though, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I like how now she mentions it.
Anyways, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying.
I'm back! Monica's back! I haven't seen you like it all recently.
Sayori trots over to Monica.
Eh?
She whispers loudly.
Can I hug you?
Like, literally just the thing that she just learned from Yuri. Literally like, I'm gonna go in for a hug. Wait. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Hugs! Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be a good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster.
Hey, don't call me a monster. Emerus is a monster. If he inherited the kingdom, it could spell disaster.
Yuri laughs. Monica paradoxically looks between the two of them and then smiles. Well, I'm glad you two have been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as the literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interest. I think it'd be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn that the things that you like.
Yes. Do you like poetry?
Yuri smiles. Alright. And with that, we've gotten another side story done now, and apparently we've got more mail, which is very interesting. I don't see anything that indicates that Natsuki shows up, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we have another thing with Sayori, which is another picture with Sayori. Interesting. I mean, so far we've gotten relationships with Sayori between Monica and Yuri already, so maybe that's why? I don't know. It might be another picture between them as well. Like, I think right here there'll probably be a Natsuki photo coming up. Maybe the same kind of collage thing over here, maybe? I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. We also got another, of course, the CG. This is the one I saw earlier in the trailer, so I kind of already know about it. So, yeah. Still have plenty of other CGs to go through. And a lot more of the ones to go through. But let's check out the mail. It's from Lib Muscle. Character Discrepancy. Okay. Having fun, having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that the current character is missing from any mention of or appearance. They're talking about Natsuki, I guess. This makes me speculate that Monika's Medellin is less clumsy than we think, because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interactions between her and the user. Could that be why the characters such as limited and disconnected personality traits? Or am I just reading into this too much? I'll open an issue to start tracking the info and observe the automatically of this character appearing. They might be talking about Natsuki like starting to appear, because obviously that's going to be the next one that we're going to be going into, because the next side story, now that we finished understanding, is Respect with Natsuki and Monika, which will be interesting. And then after that we'll have Balance with Sayori and Natsuki. And then we'll have Reflection with Yuri and Monika. And then finally, the last one will be Self-Love with Natsuki and Yuri, which, you know, will be interesting. But, of course, we're going to end things here, and in the next episode we will start off Respect Part 1, and see how Natsuki joins the club, which I think she might have joined it through Monika, obviously. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, press the like button, or subscribe to whatever, and I'll see you dudes in the next video. See you dudes next time. Is like, why are you cheering on? My fortress is way stronger than your Circuitoid. And I'm like, you'll see, you'll see. Yeah, if only there's an ability card as well to swap, that would be interesting. Well, I'd have to say, get hooked, channeling.